It's raining cats and dogs outside, and I have to say that I love it. I think all of the elements have their purpose, and water is very cleansing and rejuvenating. Anyhow, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I actually kind of wanted to touch on something that had to do with situations as they appear to us. And I think maybe this is not concrete. I think maybe the ability to digest and respond to situations accordingly has to do with your level of maturity and understanding of the dynamics that happen all around you. You know what I mean? I know when I was younger, I wanted to help. I wanted to repair. I wanted to be of service. And this desire to do that actually made me, how do I say, overextend my help, therefore making me exhausted and depleted. And also I found that I was either enabling bad habits and behaviors in others in the form of service, or I was actually interfering with their lesson. You know, as I get older, I don't know, I kind of have learned to conserve my energy and to only, I guess, attend to things that directly affect me. And when I look around me, at the people around me, I have a tendency to let them do what they need to do, experience what they need to experience in order to garner the knowledge and the wisdom that they need in order to grow. When you interfere with that process, I feel you distribute information prematurely, and you also get a backlash from these people because, you know, nobody wants to be told what to do and how to live their life, you know. So for me, I don't necessarily extend my help to others. I wait for them to come to me. And I save so much energy doing that. You know, instead of running around trying to help, extend, overextend, I just kind of sit in place and I allow things to come to me. And it's a effortless way of being, I believe. Like, I don't have to expend any energy seeking and searching and trying to help. Instead, people who need my help come to me, and I will deal with them accordingly based on their level of consciousness, mindfulness, awareness, and maturity. Yeah, I've stopped running and chasing and trying, to be honest. And I don't know, I'm sure that could be perceived as being lazy, but quite the contrary. I feel like instead of diluting my energy by trying to overextend everywhere, I kind of like hold my energy within myself, and then whoever needs my help in that moment, or if there is something I need to attend to in the moment, I'm very clear-minded and I have the necessary, how do you say, resources to push through that. You know what I mean? Also, along with, I guess, where I'm at, I've lost interest, and I made a video on this, in a lot of things that I used to be highly interested in the form of books, in the form of media, in the form of travel even. These used to be the things I was passionate about. And I think I've kind of gotten all of that out of my system, and now I'm just concentrating on me and what I'm feeling, and how to like see things clearly, you know? That's what happens when you sit in place long enough. Things become very, very clear instead of muddied and muddled and, hard to like, I don't know, look into. Like a pond of water, like whenever it's muddy or you have like a lot of distortion in the water, it's hard to see clearly, right? But if you allow everything to kind of settle, then everything becomes clear. I don't know if I'm making sense. But anyhow, yeah, so I guess we have a tendency to, how do I say, push things away that don't feel right. And then we have a tendency to hold on to stuff that feels wonderful, right? I think that's part of the maturation process. Like, when anything feels bad, I think the usual reaction is to push, and guard yourself and protect yourself. I found, like, instead of pushing away, I'll actually invite it. And then no matter how uncomfortable it is, I'll sit with it for a prolonged period of time until I make peace with it. Does that make sense? And then when I find something that I truly enjoy, I have a tendency to be able to release it. So instead of doing what we normally do when we approach these things, I do the opposite. And I find it's harder to implement, but in the long-term event of things, it really, really helps you to make necessary shifts and progression to advance your soul. Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm saying. I guess my whole point is whenever something feels bad, instead of running away, you just kind of like move forward and towards it, so you can understand it, so you can, kind of like work through it and integrate it, and then it no longer bothers you, and then on the opposing end of the spectrum, if you find something that feels wonderful, know that that is a very temporary feeling. Eventually, it's going to fade off. So enjoy it while it's there, and then release it as it goes, graciously. I guess that was my rant for today. I don't know if I made sense, but I'm going to tune out. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful weather. I love the rain, seriously. The sound of it, the smell of it, everything about it. Anyhow, blessings to one and all. Amen.